All right, let's talk AI agents. But forget just building one smart agent. We're diving into how you build and manage an entire team of them. This is where things get really interesting. A single LLM can do some incredible things, no doubt about it. But what happens when a job is just too big, too complex for one mind to handle? How do you get a bunch of agents to actually collaborate without just talking over each other? That's the real puzzle we're trying to solve here. Because really, the whole game has changed. We've shot past those simple single-agent apps. We're now in the era of multi-agent systems. It's kind of like the difference between playing a solo and conducting a full orchestra. The real magic and, the real complexity is all in the orchestration. So, where do you even begin? Well, for a lot of people, the answer is a framework called CrewAI. Let's take a look at why this has become the absolute go-to for getting ideas up and running at, lightning speed. The big idea behind CrewAI is something we all get instantly. It's modeled after a human company. You literally create agents and give them job titles, right? Senior researcher, marketing guru. You can even give them goals and little backstories. It makes the whole process of building an AI team feel super intuitive. And that just perfectly shows where CrewAI absolutely shines. You need to get a working demo on your boss's desk by tomorrow? This is the tool for you. It's built for those linear assembly line kind of tasks. Think about it like a content factory. One agent does the research, passes it to the next one who writes a draft, who then hands it off to an editor. It's all about one thing: pure, unadulterated speed. Okay, but what happens when that amazing prototype you built in a day leaves the nice, clean lab and has to face the messy, unpredictable real world? Well, this is where a lot of projects hit a very, very hard wall. People in the industry have a name for this. They call it the Valley of Death. It's this dangerous gap between a demo that works perfectly on your machine and a system that has to be reliable, scalable, and cheap to run out in the wild. That magic you saw in the demo, it can all fall apart right here. And one of the scariest things you'll find in this valley is something I like to call the loop of doom. This is a straight-up production nightmare. It's where your agents get stuck, repeating the same dumb mistake over and over, and just burning through your money with absolutely nothing to show for it. Let me paint you a picture. So, an agent tries to use a tool, but it makes a tiny syntax error. The system just tells it, nope, try again. The agent, trying to be helpful, says, oh, my apologies, I will try again, and then makes the exact same mistake. This can go on for hundreds of cycles. We've seen reports of simple tasks suddenly costing $7 a pop, just from agents apologizing to each other in an endless, expensive loop. And believe me, it doesn't stop there. Out in the real world, a simple network delay can throw off the whole agent conversation, making them confused or stall out. On top of that, as the agents keep chatting back and forth, the original mission can get buried under all that noise, the context window gets polluted, and the results get fuzzy and off track. The bottom line is, these conversation-based systems can be surprisingly fragile. So to solve these gnarly production-level problems, you need a production-level tool. Enter LangGraph. Let's see how this framework gives you a much more solid foundation to build these complex systems. LangGraph basically throws that whole HR metaphor out the window. It replaces it with a pure engineering concept, the state machine. Here, your agents are nodes in a graph. Their workflow isn't some open-ended conversation, it's a set of explicit paths or edges that you define. Every single thing an agent does modifies a central shared state. It's all about structure, control, and predictability. And this is where LangGraph's power really becomes clear. It has native support for cycles, for loops, which is absolutely essential for any task that needs iteration. For instance, a coding agent can write some code, then move to a test node. If the test fails, the graph explicitly sends it right back to the code node, along with the error message. It can just keep trying until it gets it right, all inside a perfectly controlled loop. Here's another feature that's absolutely critical for production: total control. I mean, in a lot of real-world scenarios, think finance, healthcare, you can't just let an AI go off and do its own thing. You need checkpoints. You need a human to give the okay. And LangGraph has this capability baked right into its core. So when an agent is about to do something important, like send an email to a customer or run a command on your database, the whole system can just pause. A person can then pop in, look at what the agent wants to do, and choose. They can approve it, reject it, and give feedback, or even edit the agent's command before it actually runs. This is the kind of safety rail that big companies absolutely need. Now, what's really mind-blowing is that when the graph pauses, it saves its entire state to a database. I mean, it can literally wait for days for a human to approve something without using a single bit of computing power. The whole system could crash and it just wouldn't matter. You come back and it resumes from that exact save spot. It's like a perfect video game save point for your AI. That's what we call durable, fault-tolerant execution. Okay, so we've seen the fast and furious prototyper and the rock-solid production engine. So how in the world do you choose the right one for your project? Let's break it all down. This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And honestly, the answer comes down to what you're trying to build, and just as importantly, what stage of the project you're in right now. This table really just lays it all out. CrewAI is ridiculously easy to pick up, but you get very little control. It's kind of like buying a pre-built house. LangGraph, on the other hand, has a steeper learning curve, but it gives you total granular control over every little detail. It's like being handed a full set of Legos. And check out that token efficiency. When you have more control, you get less of that wasted chatter, which directly saves you money. But wait, what if you want the best of both worlds? You see, the most sophisticated teams out there, they aren't actually choosing one or the other. They're using both of them together in a really, really clever way. This architectural pattern is called crews as nodes. Here's how it works. You use LangGraph as the main, reliable skeleton of your application. But for one specific step, let's say a brainstorming task that really needs that free-flowing conversational vibe, you just spin up a temporary CrewAI team inside that node. The crew does its creative thing, passes its final answer back to the LangGraph state, and then poof, it disappears. You get the rock-solid reliability for the overall process and a burst of creativity exactly where you need it. Look, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this mantra. Prototype with crews, produce with graphs. Use CrewAI's incredible speed to prove your idea works, but when it's time to go live and build something that lasts, you build it on the solid, reliable foundation of LangGraph. And that really just leaves one last question. A question for you. The next time you sit down to start a new AI agent project, ask yourself, what is my real goal right now? Am I just trying to build something to show what's possible? Or am I building something that truly needs to last? Your answer will tell you exactly which tool to pick up first.